4 different methods of cleaning your coins, and I'm gonna go from very simple all the way up. I've cleaned a lot of coins in the 50 years I've been detecting. But the easiest way, if you just have a few coins you want to clean, is you want to soak them in vinegar for overnight. Just lay them in a little cup full of vinegar, white vinegar, and then you can take a toothbrush and brush them off. And that cleans them pretty well. It's time consuming if you have a lot of coins. So this is a bunch of coins I found over a year's period, and I'll have this on the video. But you see this right here, I went through them and picked out the worst coins, and those are really crusty, like messed up coins. And I'll play the video for you, and I'll include the video on YouTube as well. But those there I wanted to clean in batches, and I'll show you at the end of the video how I cleaned those. You can see the results up here. They were really crusty. A lot of them you couldn't even read the date on. Now they're nice and clean. But the second method I want to talk about is what I use. You can use pecan shells or this shell right here, lemons, and you put them in a vibratory tumbler like this tumbler back here, and it just sits there and vibrates and it shakes, and the shells polish your coins. It takes about 10 hours for it to polish like 50 coins. I use a cup of this, 1 cup, and then and you can go through and reuse this. I put this back in the bottle several times, and you just reuse it over and over and over.
Is that the stuff they use to clean shells before they load them?
It is, but it cleans coins really well too.
Well, ain't metal,
yeah. So it's a good way, and you can clean silver and copper together at the same time. So unlike the other method I'm going to show you, which is my preferred method, method 3, is I'll take rock tumblers like these and put them in a rock tumbler, and what I use is this stuff here. This is a silver kit, and this has been used before. So I've used it to clean coins. A lot of the coins you see here, these up here have already been cleaned. These haven't been cleaned. These are more recent finds I haven't cleaned, but you can see how clean these are. But this is the silver kit, and this is the copper kit that I show in the video. I'll put the rocks back in the bag. You can reuse the rocks over and over again. Then just gotta use a tablespoon. I got a spoon in there. A tablespoon of this powder in there with the rocks, and then you tumble it, and then you get a screen like so, and dump it all in there. Pick your coins out, and then dump your rocks back in the bag. So that's how I use it. I basically put it in a rock tumbler. These rock tumblers, when you use them, you do not want to fill them too full. They will explode because it generates heat. And so when you fill in a rock tumbler up, you do not want to fill it more than 3/4 of the way up. So like in here, I put all of these coins. You'll notice there's probably 150 coins here. I put those in the bottom, then I put this gravel on top, and then I fill it full of water about 3/4 of the way up. I have like a finger gap there of air. And then I dump the polish on top of the water, and then I just tumble them about 3 to 4 hours, and those tumbled 4 hours yesterday, and I cleaned all of those coins. And then when you put this back together, you want to make sure the seal is real good here. And the good thing about these things too, I have this big one here, and when you go to places like the slab and you pan, or you sluice for gold at the slab, you can save your, I don't even clean up, I save all my black sands. And then at the end of this year, I'll take all the black sands and put them in here with a little bit of mercury. And I tumble them, get a mercury amalgam out of it. And then you can heat the mercury, it goes away, and you got your gold left. So, you can get pan down just to your black sands and keep all your black sands all year long. That's the way I do it. That way I don't waste time looking for those little B specks of gold there. I save it up for a year before I do it. The other thing these are good for, at the slab or anywhere along the Llano River, there's rocks. And you can get rock tumbler of your head and polish some rocks. And Deb and I got so many polished rocks, it's pathetic. We got boxes full of them, so we love rocks and do rock collecting. But I'm going to show you this video here. This video, I'm going to put on the video on the website too. But this video shows the exact process I used to do that. You'll see the result over there. Okay, so I've laid out about a year's worth of metal detected finds here. And this is a lot of the coins, and I found a lot of them are foreign coins, you know, found from beaches and stuff like that. I have a lot of wheat cents in here. But what I did was I picked out some really bad ones. You'll see here, these here are all corroded, really bad shape down here. Some of them are tokens here. And so I picked out some really bad ones, and I'm gonna put them in the rock tumbler and show how I tumble those. Okay, since I'm cleaning copper pennies, I'm using the red Magic Tumble Clean system. It includes this polishing powder, and it includes this red looking gravel stuff. Anyway, so you fill the tumbler up with the red gravel, and then you add 2 heaping tablespoons of the polishing powder, and you fill it about 3/4 of the way with about a cup of water or so. So you fill your tumbler about 3/4 of the way up with water. Okay, so I put all those coins in the bottom of a 2-pound tumble barrel. This is on a double tumbler, but I'm going to only use the one side here. And so first thing I did is put I don't know, there's about 100, 150 coins or so in there. So I started doing that out of all these other coins that I have here. So I've added my water, and I just barely covered the rocks. That's down about 3/4 of the way here. And I added the powder. Now I'm gonna put the top on my tumbler. I'm doing this one-handed so you can see. And the way to do that, you put this little stopper in here first. It's kind of hard to get in one-handed. Okay, you seat that really good. And you put the lid on your tumbler, like so. Get that seated real good. Put your washer on here and put the little knurled knob on here. And this is ready to tumble the coins. So I have my tumbler set up over here. I'm tumbling this. I'm going to tumble this for about probably 3 hours, and I'll check back and see how it looks. So is there any questions? You want to pass the mic around?
Anybody that's been coin shooting knows that the zinc pennies that have been in the ground, quite a long time, get corroded to the point where the banks don't want them, Coinstar doesn't want them. And what do you do with them? Well, I have found that if you send them to the U.S. Mint, as long as they can figure that it's an actual penny, they will exchange it for a new coin. Now, the problem is getting the what they call mangled coins to them. That's if you mail it to them, it's going to cost you some money. So I found that if you collect about 20 pounds or more of those mangled coins and mail them in, then you're gonna get your money back on the postage plus some extra. But that was just kind of a side comment to what Tom's talking about.
Yeah.
The zinc, that's the ones, like the steel ones?
83 and above.
Okay,
So
so the
let me-
steel ones, that was World War II.
Yeah, 1943.
And zinc was?
Zinc is 83 and above, 1983 and above.
Oh, so even now they use zinc.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I'm gonna give you a little thing about that too, since we're talking about it, and we're all metal detectors. I see a day, you know, I'm getting older, but I see a day that we won't have money no more. We won't have coins, so going to the park looking for coins, once they're gone out of the park, they're gonna be gone. And right now, if you just collected the old copper pennies, 1982 and below, if you just collected those, saved them up, each copper penny is now worth a nickel. And there are people actually going to banks and buying $20, $30 worth of, you know, pennies. And they're going through them and picking out the copper pennies and storing those up. Because if, think about it, for every dollar worth of copper pennies you get, it's worth $5 for copper right now. Okay, it's worth a nickel a piece and it's going up. Rare metals, copper. And I remember the day when I wish I'd kept all these, but in 1964, they changed the dime over because silver was too expensive. And I wish back in the day, I had realized that these things are going up in price and kept them. Now, being older, I realize I'm seeing copper get to the point it's going up and going up in value. So every, you know, copper penny you can get, hang on to it. I mean, I've got boxes and boxes I found with a detector. But a few of these pennies up here, if you look at them, some of these are zincs. There's a zinc penny, and it was corroded, like he says, still a little corroded on the back. But I think, what do you think? They take that in the coin start? That was really a corroded zinc penny.
Yeah,
I couldn't even read the date on any of these when I put them in the toner.
that'll pass, and, you know, if nothing else, you can always give it to a merchant.
Yeah, so feel the difference. You can feel the difference.
It's much heavier.
Difference in what, what's the copper?
Zinc and a copper penny. Feel
What is
this,
the years of the copper pennies?
You don't need to weigh it. You
All
can
the
feel it.
money.
82 and below.
Robert,
You feel the difference, right?
ask that question again, Robert.
Look,
So what would be the years for the copper pennies?
82 and below. There's hint, this is a second hint about cleaning. You can go down and just, those tumble kits are about $12 a piece, and they'll last you for years. I mean, those kits, they've been around, I've used them for years, so they'll last you a bunch of coins for $12, that's not bad. But you can get fish aquarium gravel, you know, just from any fish aquarium place, same kind of gravel, put that in a rock tumbler. And some people use the barkeeper helper,
Keeper's friend. or-
barkeeper's friend or something like that, put a tablespoon of that in there and tumble it. And I've seen good results with that as well. Same method, it's just using fish aquarium gravel and barkeeper's helper in there. And they do, in the tumble kits, they come with like coarse, medium, fine, blah, blah, blah. If you put a tablespoon of that fine in there, it would work just as well as these. When I run out of that powder there, I'm actually not using that powder. I'm actually using fine powder. It's the same stuff. It really is. It's just a polishing compound.
Right.
But that barkeeper's helper does a good job as a polishing compound too. You don't want to put in too much or you'll wear your coin away. You know, you just want to just put just a tablespoon in there so it kind of takes the gunk off. You don't want to have a smooth coin when you're done. But, you know, out of all the stuff I've ever seen, those two kits there work the best of anything I've seen.
Now, in rock, in tumbling, it works best if you clean the pennies separate from the, things like nickels.
Yeah, that's the reason you use this right here for copper, and it actually says copper kit on the front. And all these tokens I got are copper, and it works for brass too, so you put copper and brass in the same thing. And then this right here is a silver kit, and I use that on nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, silver rings. Do not put a gold ring in there, you will end up with nothing left. Ask me how I know that, okay? But you'll be panning your concentrates out of this after you're done, you put a gold ring in there. But this is strictly silver stuff, so, that's just, for $12 and you can use it for probably the rest of your life, it ain't a bad deal, The only thing is the polishing compound, and you buy a big thing of that from Ortone, they call it the polishing compound. You just buy that, you got the rocks, because those rocks are specially coated for the type of material.
Where did you get that?
From this company called Finch. It's on the front of these, I'll take a good picture and put it on the internet.
Okay,
But it's called Finch Products.
okay.
You just order that kit, and I just ordered the two kits, the silver and the copper. And that's what I use.